because of course, as a guy in my 30s, I loved watching Denny McClain in the 60s.
Yep. No, I remember those days fondly.
Play ball!
Welcome to Ordinary Effort, where a bunch of random guys get some random baseball players and try not to biff the grid. I'm Mike here with Josh. We're on grid 16, and I'm getting tired of these accomplishments categories.
Yeah, if you're watching this and you play Grid now, you probably know that it's gotten much more interesting. There's new categories, but we are in Grid purgatory here in the
Mhm.
early days, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And on that note, Cy Young with these particular teams, this is a dance. And I'm gonna get us started on something because
Okay.
I can't remember what number it was, but and we'll link it somewhere on the video. But the last time we had Giants Cy Young, we did Tim Lincecum.
It was 94%,
It
and
was
it was
94%,
disgusting.
and I sobbed afterwards. But after I stopped sobbing, I looked up, could we have done anyone better? Could we have put anyone that wasn't Tim
You couldn't
Lincecum?
have done worse.
And there's only one other guy. There was a reason why Tim Lincecum was 94%.
Okay,
And
who's the other
so we
guy?
we got to use Mike McCormick because he's and I wish I could tell you I knew a lot about Mike McCormick. All I know is that there's a reason Tim Lincecum was 94%. And it's Mike McCormick who pitched. I know.
Why
Trust
are
me.
there three of
I
them?
know, I know. Trust me. He pitched in the 50s and 60s.
Okay.
So
So the
I,
top
I
level.
wish it was prettier than that. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
the Giants,
8%.
for as prolific as a franchise as they are, they just haven't
Two?
had a lot of Cy Youngs. Yeah.
Two.
Lincecum
That's
won
it?
two and McCormick won the other. That's it.
Unreal.
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
I've got one for Cleveland if you want to jump up to
Let's do
Cleveland
it.
Cy
Yeah, let's
Young.
do it.
And it's somebody that, like, obviously Corey Kluber won a
Yeah.
couple there.
Yeah.
Um Cliff Lee was also there and he was
Oh,
fantastic. And I think he won one also before he
yeah.
went to, what was it, Texas, Philadelphia, Seattle. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he won one with Cleveland.
That's solid. I was
Yeah.
gonna say Gaylord Perry. We've used him on other boxes, but I think he's kind of like, I mean, he's Hall of Famer, right? So he's a big name. I wouldn't have remembered Cliff Lee winning a Cy Young, so I think
Yeah, I
I
feel like
like that.
Cliff Lee was never like the ace of any of the staffs because it was always Kluber ahead of him, and then you had in Philadelphia it was Halliday.
Yeah,
But Cliff Lee was solid,
yeah,
and I
I
really
like
want
that.
to give him a shout here. And
Nice.
10%. All right.
On
That's
Cy Young,
decent.
that's not easy. I feel like we've had this box before,
Oh
because
yeah, because oh what
Scherzer and Verlander are
those
the
are the two.
guys,
Yeah.
and it's either we've had this box before, or so my dad plays Immaculate Grid too, and we will, text each other who we put in the box. So I'm either conflating one of our recordings that he's watched or this, but he like scolded me for not
Oh,
using Denny McClain, because that
as
was
you,
a guy. Because of course, as a guy in my 30s, I loved watching Denny McClain in the 60s.
yep. No, I
Um,
remember those days fondly.
so I mean, I don't want to use Max or
No,
Verlander, so
I
I
don't
think we
either.
got to use Denny McClain,
Yeah.
and I'll thank my dad in advance. Clearly,
15%. Thank
clearly looks
you.
like a guy from my time period.
He looks not happy to be there.
Yeah, none of them really do, to be honest.
uh,
All right, it could have gone worse, honestly. Those are tough teams.
all right, so Gold Glove, we had this with Tom and Kyle, and
We
we threw
did.
a lot of names out there. We guessed Carlos Baerga on grid 7, and we
Yeah,
biffed.
big time.
So I believe Kenny Lofton. Do you remember? Did you go into this after we messed that one up? So Francisco Lindor,
Yeah,
definitely. Recently, Andres Jimenez has a platinum glove. So I'm confident
yeah.
that he would fit here also.
I
Um,
think you're right about those. I wouldn't mind saving Lofton as an option because he played for a couple of the teams in the left column, I think,
he played for the Phillies
and the
for a year.
Giants, and the
Oh,
Guardians.
oh, okay.
So
Let's
he's
hold on
like
to
a
Kenny
he's a
Loft.
left
Yeah.
column special.
Wow. Yeah.
There's a name I threw out in that grid too. I think it was grid 7, like you said, and it's Shane Bieber.
Did he
And
win one?
he did win a Gold Glove as a pitcher. But I
Interesting.
honestly, if you go back and watch that, I think we biffed, but we listed like 5 guys who won a
Five guys
Gold
who would have worked
Glove.
there. All right. So
So
how
really, you could pick, you could do Bieber. Jimenez is right,
yeah, are you so last grid we had Gunnar Henderson with a
yeah,
very low percentage.
yeah.
I feel like Jimenez is probably still not. I mean, I know him because he was a Met, so of
It's a
course
really good one. It's a solid one. I think if you're confident he won it, I would go Jimenez.
I
Yeah,
know he has a platinum glove.
yeah, yeah.
So unless they bypass the gold glove, Andres Jimenez,
Okay,
4%.
nice.
All
Yeah,
right.
nice.
Keep
Yeah,
doing
it
your thing,
is.
man.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
All right.
Detroit Gold Glove. Tom always wants us to use Whitaker.
Was it Whitaker or Alan Trammell?
I mean, he loves them both.
Well, yeah.
So I think Whitaker is definitely the glove guy. I mean, Allen Trammell might have been too. There
Hmm.
might be others. Hard for me to think of like Detroit Tigers from the
Well, you got
past.
Denny McLain, so give us the rest of the roster. Like, come on.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's one of 3 old Tigers I know. It's Alan
W-
Trammell, Lou Whitaker, and Denny McLain.
Perfect. Go around the
Um,
horn. I want every Tigers player from 1965. Go.
I don't think. I mean, Miguel Cabrera, in his younger days, but I just don't know if he was, I don't think he
Mm.
would have won it.
Pudge Rodriguez was in
Yeah.
Detroit.
You've also got Mike Cameron, I think, played in Detroit. I just don't know how long or if it's really. Oh, and Torrey Hunter. Torrey Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
I know Torrey Hunter would have won a Gold Glove with the Angels, but I just.
I thought it would be the Twins.
Oh, you know what? You're probably right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I know he had most of his time on the Twins. Okay. Do we want to go back to like Trammell or Whitaker, or do you want to roll dice on one of the or I mean I feel pretty confident Pudge just won all the gold
Yeah,
gloves everywhere he was. I don't think he was
yeah.
there long, but I don't know.
I have this memory of Tom saying Whitaker would have been an obvious Gold Glove, almost in a way that he didn't want us to use him. But
That means we should use him. We should
I
just
think
go
I think
old.
he I think he I think he won a Gold Glove. Yeah.
He did, and
Yeah.
20% of people knew that.
That's probably why Tom didn't want us to use him.
No,
But hey,
it's we're still fine. This is
what are
good.
you gonna do? Yeah.
All right. So Gold Glove Giants.
Yeah.
I mean Willie Mays, right?
Depends on when they started Gold Glove, but probably right. It's been
Ooh,
around for a while.
1957. Oh, and Mays started his well, he played for like 20 years, so he
Yeah.
would be fine. Um,
You probably also like I don't know if you want to use him, but like Bonds earlier in his career before he, you know, got
mm,
big.
yes, but was he on Pittsburgh? Did
Oh,
he win them on San Francisco? Or I'm pretty sure he won them in Pittsburgh. I'm
yeah,
reasonably confident he won them in Pittsburgh. I don't know
that's a
at
good
what
point.
point. Uh, yeah, I don't know if he would have won them in San Francisco. Oh, Brandon Crawford
Yep. I was
has
gonna
to
say
be.
Crawford or Buster Posey, but I don't know about Posey for sure. But Crawford, that's his thing.
Yep, that
Like,
is he's a defense first. Excellent. And
okay.
19%. Okay. So
Just-
we're not like low scores, but we're these are fine.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So we're on to the
Um,
teams.
all right. So Kenny Lofton did play for the Phillies. He played like most of his career in Cleveland, and then he
Yeah,
played for about 8 other teams, each of them for one season.
yeah.
I remember looking at his baseball reference profile a while back, and it's crazy how many teams he played
I
for
know.
one year. But I know he fits there.
Yeah, he does. So does Noah Syndergaard. I
Ooh.
think maybe Lofton's rare just because Syndergaard's, more recent.
You know who else fits here? Jim Thome
You're
and
right.
Carlos Santana, who we used, I think, on grid
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Check
Good
that one
point.
out. Yeah, both of those guys
Tomei
worked
feels
here.
like the guy who to avoid a little. I don't know why my brain wants to think that like people will remember him on both teams kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to go Carlos Santana? Because
Yeah, I
I
don't.
don't think people
Yeah.
remember him playing much on the Phillies.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's a great one. Yeah. He's
All right.
didn't let us down last time. Let's
Going back to the well.
Okay. All
9%. All
right.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And the Twins hat, like of all hats to give him, but
Well,
sure.
he's on the
Yeah.
Twins now. Yeah.
Oh,
So
true.
yeah.
Current picture. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I've got one for Phillies Tigers.
Okay. Yeah. I
I,
can't think of
I don't know if you
anyone.
remember
So
this. I don't know if you remember this guy, Placido Polanco,
yeah, I
second
do
baseman.
remember.
He was like a consistent, like very good average hitter, had multiple
Yeah.
seasons hitting over 300. Um, he
I'm
fits
I'm
here.
good with that. I mean, I don't know why Matt Vierling, does he play for the Tigers? I don't know why that name pops up now.
Oh, he does. And
But I
that
don't know
is,
if did he ever play for Philadelphia? I don't know why that
he
name pops
did.
up as like
Yeah, he did. And that, oh, I liked Polanco until you said Veerling.
I just don't that came to me like I just I don't know why where that came from, but
Yeah. No, he did. I think he played for the
I
Phillies.
can't even tell you what position he plays. I
I
like I
think he's a
just
left
it's
fielder. I want
one
to
of
say,
those
oh, no, wait a minute.
guys
He might be at the third baseman. He might just
more of
play
like a
all over the place.
utility guy. I mean, I'm good
Yeah.
with either. If you think Veerling is a little rare,
I think he's gonna be rare. 80% sure that I'm 100% sure Placido Polanco fits
somewhere in
here.
my brain, Veerling works here.
Okay. I'm gonna let you make the call. Vierling or Polanco? No pressure.
Let's go Veerling. I don't know why I would call that out of nowhere.
There it
I'm,
is.
I'm
5%.
shocked it's 5%. Okay. Not
Probably
that
about
random, but hey, yeah, sure.
it's probably
Yeah.
about his own percentage in fantasy also.
Yeah.
Actually, it's probably lower, but anyway. Phillies Giants. So Pat Burrell
Oh,
is the
yeah.
first guy that comes to mind here. Probably because
Yeah, that's a
that
good one.
team from that Phillies team from like the 2000s torments me to this day with the whole collapse for the Mets in '07. I don't even know why I'm going into this. Pat Burrell works here.
And Lofton, who we didn't use yet.
He
But
definitely played for the Giants.
he definitely played for the Giants.
All right.
But
I'm
I like Pat Burrell just as much. I mean,
I'm gonna say this. I think these are the only two teams that Burrow played for. Lofton, I want to use Lofton here because
he played for so
he
many
played
teams.
so
Yeah.
many teams and he only played for both his teams for a year.
Yeah. Yeah. It works.
Okay.
Okay,
Final
nice.
grid score of 90 and
Yeah.
Kenny oh,
Oh my gosh.
1%. Okay. Hey, I'm not going to be upset
Yeah,
about
that's
that
true.
though.
It's not
All right.
bad.
All right. So we got a 90 on this grid. No hidden gems, but we'll take the 90 score and
Yeah.
this was good.
Yeah.
Um, ordinary effort on Instagram and TikTok. Find the thumbnails, they're down there, and keep watching for more grids.
Yeah. Thanks for checking it out.